at 5:18.
Oh.
All right, so we'll start off. We'll go past the fundraising for right now. We'll discuss that later on. So approval of minutes. We have minutes from last meeting. If everyone takes a quick minute to look them over. We still don't have anybody on Zoom, so.
I did not write down what time we adjourned. So if anybody.
Okay.
I'll double check that on the recording to make sure I get that right.
5:50 p.m. question mark?
Yeah.
Adjourned? That's very funny.
All right, anybody see any corrections for this or anything?
Well, I wasn't here, so, but
Okay.
it looks good to me.
Thanks.
Well, and we put down that we will use First Parish on our house tour. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
You
Well,
weren't here, but we
do.
thought you'd think it was okay.
You just go ahead and take over. everything. You tell me what, you want to tell me what I need to preach about on Sunday, because I'll do it. I'll do it.
Well, we thought you'd
I'm
be
teasing,
okay.
I'm teasing. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
We are absolutely happy to, for First Parish to
Thank
utilize
you.
in
Thank
all the
you.
ways
Thank
it would be
Thank
helpful.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So hearing no corrections, is there a motion to accept the meeting minutes as read?
I make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Okay. And is there a second? Anyone?
I wasn't here, so it can't be me.
You can second, yeah.
Oh,
You can second the motion.
Oh,
I'm like,
just
I
saying, oh,
didn't, I
saying,
wrote
yeah.
them, so I feel like I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, then I second, then I
Thank
second,
you.
okay,
All that does is bring it for a vote.
okay.
Okay. So all in favor?
Aye.
Very good. So we accepted the meeting minutes from 10:23 of 24. Actually, you know what? We do need to start doing, saying who's present here from the committee. So,
Reverend Emily Bruce, Parish Kingston.
John Violet, Chair.
Chris Morano,
Jana Morrissey.
Right. And we also have 3 visitors here from the Kingston 300 Book Committee. Can you state your names, please?
Spinde. Ken Brack. Good Newt.
Okay, thank you. And still no one on Zoom yet.
Oh,
Okay.
just one second. Ed, can you spell your last name for me?
N-U-T-E. Not with an E.
All right.
can I spell my last name for you too?
Yeah. It's not getting right.
No, no.
I appreciate that.
It's a beauty.
Yeah.
It's M-A-I-O, 3 vowels together, A-I-O-R-A-N-O.
Thank you.
It's very strange, but
Gotta get it right.
I'd appreciate it.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right. So we do have guests here tonight from the 300 Book Club. So they'd like to give a presentation on, I believe, some of the photography that they're going to be using.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I'll briefly introduce and hand off to Ed Newt is our project photographer. We're really excited, a complementary project, if you will, to the book, but it you're going to see photos that models that Ed has taken so far that are planned for the book.
Mhm.
But along with that, and you've probably heard me mention it a little bit, but we're proposing a then and now photo expo. Love to have it, of course, in 2026, and drawing from for the then part some of the historic photographers in town and locations and people, Emily Drew and many others, Ed would know, and through the 20th century, Ted Avery, others. So that would be the then component of largely it, and we work with Nick at the archives a lot, and he'll help, steward that, if you will. But the now component, I'll leave to Ed in a second, but one is just showing a breadth of people at work in this town, creative people, service. We have the fire department, you're going to see in a moment, traditions that are kept alive, such as traditional boat building, literally one of restoration of Edward Ransom sloop, a lobster boat that was just finished recently, and you'll see John Lovell up in the boat. I think this is one, and I'll hand it. Thought visually show you. Love to have the rest of the team. Looks like you're joined by
Yes, so we now have, the committee member, Ms. Ballinger is with us as well.
Michelle?
and see what you think, Ed.
Well, what?
And if I could just ask you, when you do show the pictures, could you also show them towards the
I
camera?
can do
too?
that.
Thank you.
This is a sample of what I've been doing. We were looking to photograph things historically, the museum artifacts. And so, for instance, I don't know who's built this for us, but if you want to pass that around.
That was one of the belts from the GAR, the Grand Army of the Republic, and it was that yours, Tom?
Oh, yeah.
That is one of the ones from Kingston, from the Kingston years, but we don't know whose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a commercial photographer. I have a studio in Plymouth. I lived in Kingston for 50 odd years. So I have a studio. I don't photograph babies. I draw the line there. So when I got involved in this, I said, I have a studio. Let's take advantage of that. My studio is at PAC TV, actually, which is broadcasting this. So we've been taking artifacts and photographed them at my studio to show the detail and that kind of thing. This is how might be able to explain this. This was a drawing that we photographed. That's just a detail of it. It's about this big. And so we've been accumulating these photos for the book, obviously, but then potentially an exhibit. So what I wanted to show.
Can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Would this exhibit be like taking place at the library, or where are you going to
That
exhibit?
remains to be seen.
Oh, okay.
That's our hope, and we're library trustees meeting next month. I think it's the third Monday. We're hoping that members of your committee will join with us. The Historical Commission has endorsed this, and
Great.
to
What a nice, yeah,
have a big celebratory event through photography.
great for advertising.
So having done this a long time, it's easy for me to tell you what a great photographer I am. It's so easy to do this. This is we've done oyster farming. We've done artifacts, things like that. And then the other thing that I had proposed, the idea I had was to show some of the local characters we have in town, artists and humanitarians or whatever. So this is Peter Palmsby, who makes he lives on the Jones River, and he makes these 16th century furniture all by hand. And so my proposal to these gentlemen was to showcase these people. And my the way I approach it is what they do is important, but where they do it. Like his workshop is just great. There's no electrical things, everything's done by hand.
Oh, wow.
So that's one that we did. That was an idea. We have him. And we also wanted to, this is Quinton's farm stand.
Oh,
This is the generations of them. And took about 2 months to get them all together, but we got
I
them
bet,
together.
I bet.
That's my angle as a photographer, that this is where they live, this is what they do. And that's that one. Then this was John on his boat a couple of weeks ago. Got to go out and do that.
Oh,
Isn't that beautiful?
Mm.
So this also shows the boat, but it's just. And then we also want to do all our heroes. So we're kind of in the middle of this. We'll probably never be done with it. We want to acknowledge the firefight, well, the police department. And then we were talking about photographing some of the older folks that ran restaurants to get them together and have a connection at the early bird. So we have a lot of other things to do, but this is a sample of what it would look like. And the reason I did these on canvas, it's a fairly inexpensive way to do this, as opposed to framing. Everything with glass gets very, very expensive. This is a very reasonable way of doing it. And I was never a big fan of photos on canvas, but this has won me over.
Yeah.
And they're easy to hang, you don't have to worry about glass. So this is just a bit of what we're doing. Playing phone tag with Mary Ann Leone to do the Coopers. Carol Beausoleil, I photographed her. Janet Wade. Was Sarah. Oh, Sarah. I have photos of Sarah. Okay. The list keeps going. Taking the pictures easy, getting the people to schedule it is the interesting part. So that's basically what we're in the midst of doing right now.
Awesome. You just.
If you don't mind me adding to it, and we've been reaching out, and if you know of crafts people in town, tradespeople who do particularly unusual things, people in their work environments, as Ed has said, and we will have some, components of the past, and just to highlight a couple, I mean, this is solitaire. Edward Ransom built boat, I think it was 1904, restored several times over, since then, but John Webble did it. So, and that's a tradition among the incredibly talented boat builders after the big shipbuilding, the merchant shipbuilding era in this town was done, about 1875. The smaller, working boats originally, and it's an ongoing tradition because there's people at work doing this, like John, kind of, ongoing heritage with Crettenon's farm, the agricultural route.
That was kind of cool. That baby had just been born, so that's the generations. That's the newest.
That's really, really cool.
Newest one.
So we're really excited to bring these to the fore and, leading into an expo that combines with the book project. We just think it'll be a great event as part of the lineup of what you're planning for the year.
I did get Roger, he's the decoy maker. I can't think of his last name.
Roger Mitchell, duck decoy,
We have him,
up by Silver
we have
Lake.
him done, and the list keeps growing. So that's kind of.
Any luck with any cranberry growers?
Oh, I got, Matthias.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
Great, great,
Yes,
great.
I
Yeah.
got them.
Roger Carrera too has some.
So we're looking for, obviously not everyone is an Academy Award winning actor. We're lucky to have Chris and Marianne.
Right.
Yes.
But at the same time, we want to balance it to people that do things behind the scenes. Not just say, like Carol is a very well-known artist. I've known her for years. But we want to balance it out with people that do acknowledge people that don't get acknowledged. And do a nice balance of this is this is that. And give these people the recognition they deserve.
But that's Kingston.
Yeah,
That's where we
so
are.
it
So
probably
it's
will never be
wonderful.
finished, but we're getting there.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm sure your list will only get longer. You'll have to
Mhm.
stop at some point, but. yeah.
Well, and we'll probably miss someone and hear about it.
Yeah.
But that's.
Just tell them that we'll get them in the 400.
Call me.
But there's still some time,
Yeah,
trying to
oh, yeah.
spread the word, so
Yeah.
if you think of anyone or, that with, Christine Moulton Nava, with the
Yes,
equestrian
that's
training,
that's on our
that's one
list.
that's coming up.
Yeah.
Luminaries, of course,
Yeah.
Ed will be there.
Mhm. Would it be possible, this might be too much to ask, but to put it out there, like to have a nominating, not even contest, but just a way to ask people, like, who would you nominate as like the face of Kingston or something, as a way to engage the public and let them know what's coming? We don't necessarily have to, take all the suggestions, but it's a way to engage people in what we're working on, like putting a survey out on the Facebook page, or I don't even know how we could get it out there.
Yeah,
but Is that something that you consider?
anything like that would be perfect. I mean, there are probably people that we don't even know about
That's what I
that
mean.
are doing
yeah.
wonderful things that
Mhm.
we did. I did shoot the veterans dedication. We got some great shots of that.
Oh, good.
We did get a group shot of everyone. We have that in the can.
Yeah.
And I live here. I work for myself. I'm open to whatever you throw at me. So if you want to nominate someone and give me a list of those people, I'd be glad to follow up on that.
Chances are there'll be a fair amount of overlap between that and what you've already come up with, but you never know, you could, and it's just a way to engage the public in what we're doing is to get you know, as a teaser almost of what's coming, you know.
Well, like Roger, the decoy maker, he, very, very quiet, wonderful gentleman, but the work he does is amazing. I never heard of him.
Mhm.
You go down into his basement, it's like, oh my, it's
Mm.
just, and I love where people work. I think that is as much as what they do.
Mhm.
So that's my angle to get these, like, when I saw the tractor, I go, that's the shot.
Right,
Don't overthink this.
yep,
And so anybody that
Yeah.
is a craft person or a writer or anything like that is, I think, up for grabs. Yeah.
Love that nominating idea.
Yeah.
Who is the face of Kingston?
Yeah.
Our Facebook page is getting more active.
Mhm.
We just have some an intern helping us, et cetera.
Okay.
Do you have one yet for your group?
We do,
Yeah,
that's through
I-
it's through the town, so it's limited what we can put onto it.
Okay.
You're the only one who can access that, correct?
yeah, I can give other people access.
Oh, you
And
can?
it's not, the Facebook page isn't actually through the town.
Oh, it's not, okay, then we'll talk about that.
No,
We
So
can
try to
certainly
make
start
that more,
yeah,
more active. So I think we
I'll have a
only
little
have
more
about
time.
80 followers right now, so.
Yeah.
All right, no, I can help out with that too, I didn't realize.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can help.
Okay.
Can I show you guys something
Sure,
rapidly? I'll be very rapid. I know you guys want to get all that stuff.
okay,
Can I
time's up.
sit here?
yeah, right.
Yes, you can.
Come on.
Okay. Now, what I've been thinking about, are activities that would be easy lifting for this committee. That could be done for the 300th, and you could sponsor them maybe. I'll just go over a few of them. Okay, some of the ones that are a little more dynamic than others. And the first one, let me give this to you guys. The first one is the play Our Town.
Mhm.
I was at it, spell check it. Our Town by Thornton Wilder. It is a great play. And it's about our town here in Kingston. And we have a church right next to a graveyard, and the graveyard plays a very important part in the
Mhm.
play. And it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful play. And he was a great writer. I spoke to the True Rep Company about this a couple of years ago, about our 300th. And then I spoke to Donald Sheehan, the director, just a few weeks ago. Would you be interested? You may get a few packed houses out of this during the 300. And he said, yeah, that's cool. That's a great idea. But I think you have to really think about it yourselves and see whether you wanted to add it into your calendar of events somehow and contact. But that's up to you guys to take a look at. Next thing, number 2, open houses for places of worship on Main Street. This has been done before. I think in the 200th anniversary, they did that. The churches opened up and, the clergy will be there and people make little displays. And then people walk up and down Main Street on a certain day and they can walk inside, take a look at the churches. Many of them are very historic, of course.
Mm.
And that would be a wonderful thing.
Is that gonna be part of your,
No, but that's
No.
okay.
I mean, it's a possibility.
No,
yeah, I don't do it, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And again, it would be up to the clergy to
Mhm.
figure out a day and all that. It would be
There's 5.
easy lifting for you guys. There's 5.
There's
On
5,
Main,
yeah.
just on Main Street.
Right.
And then
Mhm. Right.
people can walk and it'll be in the summertime. It'll be very nice. Let's skip over to number 4, school activities. I don't know if you've thought about this. Essay contests for the high school. And for the middle school too. Maybe a composition for the middle school, a little bit easier. Art.
Contest.
I love an art contest.
Contest.
I do
think
too.
that's
Wonderful.
great.
You could have kindergarten kids drawing pictures of the town
Mhm.
and all of that. A photography contest. Maybe some kids may have a camera and they'll go around town taking pictures of Kingston
Mhm.
with some kind of award ceremony, maybe I don't know, a money award or an Amazon.com gift card or something like that for the first place winner or whatever. And we could display these things. It'd be a lot of fun. And again, easy lifting. I could help out kids with the essays. I could get topics, so I could help out on that one. Next, number 6, reading of the Declaration of Independence. And let me tell you why. On July 4th, 2026, that is the 200th anniversary of the death of Jefferson and John Adams. And that'll fall right into our 300. Next, then, if you look at the next page, you see a copy of the first page of the Declaration of Independence right here. I took a photo with my camera. It's in the town record, the whole declaration, right? And there is a copy of a rule that was brought down by the ruling party of the Congress at that time here in Massachusetts, that on a certain date after Sunday services, the Declaration of Independence is to be read to all of the people in the church. Because of course, most communities, there was just one church. They wanted all the people to hear it. Now there's a possibility. You could have somebody read it on July 4th. Maybe the clergy members will read it, or one clergy member will read it. We can have an assembly somewhere. It would be kind of a cool thing to do. And we could tell people why it's being read, and it's on the 200th anniversary of the death of two of our founders. It'd be kind of cool. Something to think about. All right. Next, graveyard tours. I'm in. You want to do it? Saturday tours, because Saturday's the best day. We don't want to do Sundays. People are going to church, but I'll do it and I'll figure out something interesting. I did write down school visitations. I don't know, sometimes a person goes in and reads a story about Kingston. We could make up something about the ships and get illustrations and do it for young children. It may be a fun thing to do. It's a thought. I can kind of help with that.
They also do active readings at the library for younger children. That
Reading
would be a
at the
great
library.
possibility.
Right, so that could be school/library. Sure, absolutely. So look over all of these things. If you have any questions, call me up. That's all. I just wanted to say.
I just thought of something that might go with one of those contests, the art contest. Maybe the prize could be to be the artist for a mural somewhere in town.
Yeah, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
And the photography
idea.
contest, maybe they could be included in the exhibit.
That's right. I don't know.
I'd be glad to work on
Right, yeah,
it.
yeah.
And everyone, kids have phones, the cameras,
Oh, everybody's got, yeah.
and they do some pretty good
Yeah.
stuff.
As an advisor, and I could be an advisor for the essays. I used to get kids ready for the MCAS. So
Got you.
I can
Because you got
help.
time now.
Yeah,
No.
right. Shucks. You know what I'm saying. But there's some fun stuff. I also wrote down about possible cookbook. Although people don't use cookbooks anymore, but I have some antique cookbooks from Kingston.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, and there are other things in here.
Could do a cooking contest.
Why not? I mean, maybe, yes.
Try this recipe.
I thought we could have like a barbecue on the day of the church visits. We could have right out on the lawn or on the green.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and really, I think it'd be nice for churches, maybe
Yes,
people say, hey,
absolutely.
we've got some great churches here in town.
Yes.
So, all right, so I'm sorry to take up time, but I
No,
thought-
thank you,
some-
Tom. That's a great idea.
Some of
Yeah.
these ideas we can incorporate into
Exactly.
things we're already doing, and I've been trying to work with some of the high school to get some students involved, but this is a great idea if we can get some of the PTO parents from the younger children and
absolutely.
get some help from them. These are some great
Yeah.
possibilities.
Yep.
I
Okay.
do also have some kids available from American Heritage Girls and Trail Life Boys. They're two organizations that have grade school kids that are always looking to do community service out of Duxbury.
Okay.
If I can help on this, on the school angle anyway, let me know. And I can get contact information for the play, Donald Sheehan. I'm sure that we can get that information for
You
you.
guys talk about doing it in the church or doing
It
it?
could be in a church. Actually, it would be kind of ideal in a
Mhm.
church setting with
Yeah.
with the graveyard right next door.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Or it could be,
It could also be a progressive. They could go from church to church, but I don't know. I don't want to speak for Don.
yeah,
We would have to figure it out.
we'd have to figure it all out, but
Okay.
it's nothing like that. The last scene is in the graveyard.
yes.
Everybody's sitting in front of a gravestone. It's not-
Yeah.
You can get it on DVD or
Yeah.
on
Oh, yeah.
YouTube or something to see what it's like. It's a beautiful lyrical kind of play. And,
Yeah.
I told Don I want a part in the play. want to part.
There
I
you
want to be
go.
the guy in the
Yeah.
audience. There's a guy, not that. That's
That's a
the
big
hard part.
part.
Yeah, right.
No, it's a guy in the audience who basically yells up at the actors and says, hey, you're not supposed to do that, or something like that.
That's
This is
perfect
one
role
line.
for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the historian. You're like, no, that's not accurate. Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Michelle, can you repeat? You said American Heritage Girls and what was the second organization?
Trail Life Boys,
Real Life Boys?
Trail, TRAIL.
Trail.
Thank you.
And before we
Thank
move on, does the 300 book committee have anything else? No? Okay.
If
Thank
you
you very
know of
much
any
for the update.
contributors, please let us know.
Was that?
If you know of any contributors, please let us know.
Okay.
Here's my.
I'm the treasurer.
Here's my card.
So I'm.
If you want to
Yeah.
let me know what you're
Thank you.
working on and how you want to put that together, just call me anytime.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we'll go back to fundraising.
Get out if you don't mind.
Yes, thank you again.
Thank you.
Very much.
It's a pleasure meeting you all.
Yes.
Nice to
as
meet
well.
you.
You as well. Good work.
Thank you for your play.
It'll be fun.
Mm.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks.
So we've started our live merchandise sales. We were able to set up a booth last night at town meeting and we raised $284.
Wow.
Did
So,
you?
yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
Good, John.
And many other people were interested, took pictures of the QR code, so hopefully we'll have some orders online as
Good.
well.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I do, when I get some sort of a minute, I need to figure out if we can do some sort of a credit card or how we do that. Maybe I'll speak with the rec department, because I know they do that.
Yeah,
So as we're kind of a town entity, I need to find out. So I don't think we can acquire fees or stuff like that. So I think we need to figure out if we can do that. That would help our sales a little bit more.
right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you can come over here.
Worst case, we could do a person, one of us could set up a Venmo account and just.
that's what I was just gonna say.
Money.
Yeah, okay. I can look into that.
And then if we have anyone available, December 21st, I believe that's what luminaries.
Yes,
We'd
it
like to
is.
set up a table. I believe we set up a table just to show off merchandise last year over at the Reed. And we did get a good showing, but a lot of that is the parents that come for the pageant they put on there. So we're hoping to move over to the library or somewhere on this side of Summer Street and do some live sales there. So if anyone is available from the committee to help out with that.
Not for nothing. Do you want to sell at the Field House where people are lined up for the
If
Clydesdale rides? I'm
that-
more than happy to make space for you.
That's a
And that way
possibility,
I might be
too.
able to help a little bit.
Oh, because I was gonna say,
Because I
have we
think
talked to
there's-
the library
We can
yet?
come more
If
on
we
Main
haven't,
Street, so that would be good.
if we haven't talked to the
I have not
library,
talked to them yet. Yeah,
then
so
let's just do the bail
We
house
can
then.
set up in the parking lot or whatever.
Yeah.
We can talk about
Yep.
the
That's great.
location, but
Okay.
there's usually like a good
there's
30 to
always
40
people
people.
there. Yes.
I mean, last year I had waited in line for 45 minutes for a horse for
Yep.
the ride. So it's a great way to get people who are,
While they're
Great.
waiting.
Thank
yeah.
you
while they're
very
waiting.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. More than happy to do that.
That December 21st,
Yes.
Yes.
that's the
Saturday.
luminaries night.
It is.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
5 to 7:30.
So yeah, if there's anyone that can help, even if it's just for a short time, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, I can do a shift.
Yeah, me
Right.
too. Me too.
So, Jana, I need to get you the email, and if you're able to put it up on our town site and then also on the Facebook site, but I did, a couple weeks ago, I went to Local Scene, who
Oh, right,
does all our
right,
stuff,
right. Yeah,
and I did a PSA. I saw my computer was dead. I was gonna bring it in to show everyone, but, it will be up. I'll actually email it to the committee, but then it'll be up on our sites. So, it's a 30-second spot. It just, promotes the 300 committee and, they actually, I sent them a few pictures just of our merchandise and, the flyer for our merchandise. Then they actually got on our town website and added some more to it. And I think it came out really well.
oh, cool.
So that's good. And I did put in a quick little blurb that we're working with the book committee. So, so it was short, but it was, so I just tried to get it in there.
Okay,
But, I did talk to them about in the spring, they also do, like a question and answer forum. So I said, as we get a little bit closer to the actual year, so possibly the spring, we can sit down and do a question and answer with them. And,
Okay.
At that point, if a member or two of the book committee would like to attend as well. That's, like I said, it's about a half an hour spot, so that's a little bit more time to talk about everything.
Great.
The Kingston Living, been kind of playing phone tag with them. They were gonna be at one meeting and then we had to cancel and then they couldn't make the second meeting and then I was gonna meet up with them. We couldn't find a date, so possibly after the holidays, we can see if we can get them into a meeting here. And,
Okay.
and get an interview and hopefully get inside of that, publication as well that goes out to everyone in town.
Mhm.
And then, I know we discussed this in the past, and I believe maybe I just forgot to send it off, but someone had reminded me last night to send the flyer over to Sue Woodworth in the rec department, and they'll send out a blurb to all the people that receive stuff from the rec with our
Yeah, so
merchandise.
Joe,
flyer.
Joe Cunningham had offered to
Yep.
Oh,
get that
that's
in there
awesome.
because he's on the rec committee.
Yep.
So you have the blurb together,
No, I'm just gonna send over the
the merchandise?
yeah.
The QR code.
So-
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, and they can just send that
send
in.
that out,
Yep.
yeah.
They're wonderful about publicizing.
So we'll just send that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Okay.
awesome.
That's great.
So, fundraising, what else? I'm going back and forth with the state right now to, the committee that, has the, $50,000 for us. I'm in the middle of, going back and forth with them to get the money released. So that's in the work as well.
I'm sorry, with who?
The state,
Okay.
the $50,000 we were awarded.
Mhm.
It's, I don't have it offhand, but it's one of the, like, economic growth or something like that. That's who it's actually from.
Great.
We'll get more information on that when that's released and how we use those fundings.
Okay.
And that's all I have for fundraising. Does anyone else have anything for fundraising? No?
Nope.
Okay. So. Any of our working groups have anything to report?
No.
Okay.
I will say that I think I'm the clergy person, so I'm responsible for corral and clergy. Tom's idea of doing like the Main Street open house thing, and maybe this is something I'll bring to the clergy group when I convene them, which now is gonna be after the holidays.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. You guys are a little busy.
I don't even have time to send an email, let alone schedule a
Right.
meeting about this until after Christmas. But,
Right, right.
but I think that's a one idea, that's something we could try to
That
do.
might spark some
And
interest.
maybe like
yeah.
a big barbecue, and then at the barbecue, we read the Declaration of Independence, or like all the clergy, I don't know, we'll see.
Yep.
But it hasn't, it's on my list, even though it's not at the top.
Yep.
So I'll get to it. But we'll see what happens there.
So, we do need to try to get, an idea of what each of our, events is gonna cost. So we can start to track down what we'll need for funding. As after next month, we're gonna be less than a year away. We do have the Elizabeth Sampson Memorial Fund coming up. It's due on the 15th of January. Yes, so submissions are due the 15th of January. The only issue I have right now with this is we don't have any idea what we have for money. And since we do have an account with over 35,000 and we have the 50,000, I don't want to request money.
Yeah,
That we
If-
don't know.
yeah, so,
Right.
This could always be a possibility for next year. And again, the money wouldn't be available until July of 26, but most of our things will be after that. So we could utilize the money if we need to. So
right, right.
I think maybe
Not
unless
this
someone
year,
has an
but
idea, I think maybe this year we bypass this.
I think so
I think so
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Is there a limit on how much we can request, or we just?
You can request any amount, but it's, the committee, which I believe is the selectmen and maybe some other people, they break it up and send it out to, depending on what they have for monies that year, so.
Okay.
You could give a ridiculous request, they can come back and just give you a small amount, it's up to them. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need to vote on that?
No, because we
It's
never
not
said we were
active,
gonna
right.
use it before.
Yep.
Discuss merchandise sales. Review of bills, we don't have any bills right now. I do still need to get down to, I believe Reprint Today does it and get a banner made up, so we can use the banner with our, merchandise sales or any type of promotions that we do.
If we could get that by luminaries, that'd be great.
I'm gonna try and see,
Okay.
yeah, if, how fast they can get it for us.
If you do WePrint, they're pretty quick.
They
We
are
use them
pretty
all
quick.
the time.
Yes.
We turn stuff around.
So recruitment, we do, they said I did put out that PSA and I did mention that we need some more people. Actively at the merchandise sales, we're telling people that we need more people for either committees or for the working groups. So hopefully we do start getting some more people. But also in recruitment.
I've got one right here.
Yes. So in discussion with the book committee, they had some ideas about doing some, bringing in some people to do, the
Presentations.
presentations and stuff like
speakers
that,
yeah.
at the library or other places in town. And, I said, well, we do have some limited resources right now in the committee, but if someone from the 300 would be, book committee would be interested in coming to us and helping out with that. And we got Ken Brack that offered to join the committee. He also owns a business in town, Hope Floats, and he would like to join the committee as a member, representing the business community for town. So it's kind of twofold. He's be able to help out, threefold actually, because he'll be able to communicate back and forth about the book committee, help out with the presentations, and then also represent the business community. So, Ken, would you like to say something real quick about yourself, and then we can?
I just appreciate the opportunity and, look forward to lending a hand as we can and as you said, be a bridge with the book team, and it's just all exciting, and we'll, come together and, not much more about myself, but just, Hope Floats, is a nonprofit, but we have to operate as a business. We're 501c3. We've been doing this for 15 years or so. Denise and I are co-founders, and I was the board president, recently stepped down to treasurer with new generation sort of, which is great. No, just looking forward to a year plus ahead for this community and being a part of it, and book project being alongside with what you're doing.
Very good. So unless anybody has any objections, I'd like to move forward and just let the selectmen know that we'd like them to be on the committee.
Absolutely.
And then they'll
Is that a motion?
actually, what's that?
Is that a motion?
Should, yeah, do we need a motion? Yeah, we do
I
need a
think we
motion.
need
It's, yeah, for them.
yeah.
Okay, yes. Can I make motions as a president?
You can.
I can, okay. So I make a motion that we accept Ken Brack.
I second the motion.
All
All in
right.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So we'll send this off to the selectmen. They'll vote on it, and then you'll just go see Jana or the town clerk and get sworn in.
Great.
May I
All
ask
right.
you a question, Ken?
Of course.
Do you have speakers in mind for this? You do have.
Well,
a list
an
or-
initial start, it's 5 or 6,
Okay.
but we want to open that up to better ideas. The library director, for one, said, how about we do something with a timeline of more modern events, and not the deep history of the town, and to, it might be, I don't know. what
So
was
you've
happening in
spoken
9/11.
already with Dawn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to some
Okay.
extent, but we're
Okay.
looking forward to make a formal proposal with library trustees. They're meeting in December. I want to talk with Nick a little more too, but.
Yeah, Nick has had speakers in the past few months that have been in relation to the history of the town. That's why I wondered if that was coming from you or if this is something he's done on his own.
I think on his own with
He does
with the
all the time.
director.
Oh, he
Yeah.
does it all the time, right,
Yep.
right,
Yeah.
okay. So did you want anyone from our committee to go with you to the trustees meeting, or you don't need?
No, no, we would really appreciate that.
Okay.
And, granted everyone's time and all you're doing as well, but to meet with the trustees to show that it's not just a book project thing per se, it's community wide and really for the presentations to be a little bit choosy, to highlight topics that are going to be of as wide of interest as possible and open it up. I imagine other people on other committees or whatever throughout town might say, hey, let's bring this up. I mean, like the ag committee, they'll have some great ideas. Maybe it's, I know Nick did something recently on the cranberry industry at the senior center, but maybe a different look at it, or someone else does it just for one. But
I'll be happy to go to the meeting if you want someone from our committee to be there. Not that I have any input. I'm happy to
Yes, you
go.
do.
I will,
Don't say
thanks a
no.
lot.
I will try to
I'll
attend
be
to.
happy to go.
I do have to work that night, but I'll see if I can find coverage.
What was the
Um,
date again? December?
It's
what?
the third
Third,
Monday, right? So I
yes.
believe it's the 16th.
That's right. Yes.
January 16th.
December
December.
16th.
I'll have to check the time if it's 6:30 or 7 with the trustees meet, but
And we just have to coordinate. So actually, if you're sworn in by then, we have to kind of be careful because we can't have more than 2 people there. So we'll coordinate.
Oh, I
who
don't,
can-
I don't.
We
Well,
can,
if
I
I-
was just
If I
offering.
have to work, then that would be great if
Oh.
you could attend.
Okay,
So,
and all we have to do is just post it.
oh, is that all we have
Yep,
to do?
we
Just
just,
the
we
call
actually just
and-
have to say that the 300th book committee is attending.
Okay. Very good. I thought we had to
No.
actually do a vote and then shut the vote, but we don't have to do that. Awesome. Even better.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you, Ken.
oh, thank you.
All right. So I don't have anything on the new business. Does anyone else have anything on the new business? No. Mr.
Oh,
Hennessy.
sorry.
Okay. All right, so, hearing no new business, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, one question.
Go ahead,
of
yep.
First event planned, at the Jones River Trading Post. Is there a date set for fall or?
I'm trying to get that information.
No. Paul Gallagher said, stop asking until like right before it happens. So
Yeah.
it's
It-
like December
tentatively-
2025.
December, yeah, so
Okay.
it'll kick off the month
Yeah.
before, our anniversary.
One thing we'd love to,
Yeah.
as events or as you'd like to announce events, we'd love to help promote through our, the
Sure.
book project website and just, just newsy stuff back and forth and just help build awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have someone that does like graphic design in-house or like for flyers and stuff like that? Cause I don't know how to do that either, but like,
I do have someone that
you
does it.
do?
In my garden club, yeah.
Oh,
She does,
really?
she did a house tour booklet, she does flyers that
Oh,
we have,
wow, yeah.
and she is a graphic designer, she's back. So I can,
I know it's early, but I'm thinking like we talked.
Be nice
A
to
while
have-
ago, like a one sheet, like of all the different kinds of events that are happening over the course of the year.
Yeah,
We
that,
don't
I'm gonna
have
try and pull
dates
that
and stuff, but
together.
Just to kind of
Yeah,
have a thing that's out there that can tell people what's gonna happen
What
over
to
the
look
course of the year,
forward
starting
to.
with the ball.
So that was from the 250th,
Oh, wow.
and it
okay.
describes all the events.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we could, like you said, either a one sheet or something similar to
Yeah, I
that.
was thinking of like a flyer that get
Yeah.
posted around town and posted on social media, but, yeah. Yeah, of course. But anyways, yeah, maybe you're a person.
well, I don't know if you want to utilize her, but I'm
It might
saying
be
she
too
does
soon.
all, she's. It is a
I will
gift.
put for the
It's a
next meeting,
gift.
I'll put together like a list of, because we
Yeah.
keep talking about things and they're like all out here.
Okay.
I need to see it all.
I'm
Yes.
visual. so I'm
January,
the same
February,
page on
March,
that. I
right?
need to see
Be
it.
like,
I'm
I
sure
need that
really understand
visual.
What we're
Yeah,
talking about,
absolutely.
so. But I'm willing to help with, like, I can't design things, but I can help with like communications and Facebook and social media.
Okay, great.
Like,
yeah.
I'm happy to do that kind of stuff, because I do that stuff for the church, pretty much.
All right.
So,
With all your free time this month.
well, in January.
Yeah.
No one's paying attention right now to
No,
2026
no.
events. We should just call
Right.
it after Christmas.
But it would be nice to have just a simple flyer that you could spread around.
We've got a great
You know,
logo.
it is-
Let's start putting it out there
Right,
and start,
right.
you know,
Exactly.
advertising, just
Get
so people
things
know what's coming
going.
and build some interest.
Mhm.
Actually, one thought I had, and I don't want to get ahead of myself or, I want to speak with the working group that's doing the gala, but if we do need to fundraise a little bit more, being that it's the month before we're gonna start doing everything. Do you think a silent auction would be, if we could get people to donate
Please
stuff?
don't.
No?
And that's just a lot.
It's a lot of
It's a
work, isn't
lot
it?
of work.
Okay,
I think we're trying to recruit people.
it's.
And we have the list that Tom brought us is nice, but we've talked about a lot of similar things that are on
We
this
can do
list.
these if we get people to come and. do it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like, I don't think we need to we're trying to focus right? Am I wrong?
Our big thing was everyone wanted to do the
We're
old home
small.
day and we still really. don't
And a
have-
lot of what he talked about, I think would be, maybe
We
that's
can
the
incorporate
whole
that,
home
but we
day,
need
you know?
volunteers for that, or that's not gonna happen.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, I would say no to the silent auction.
Okay, just an idea.
Of all the fundraisings I've done, that's
It's very
the
difficult.
most work, never a yard sale.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And the end result isn't that beneficial.
And I don't
You
think- Right,
Okay.
and I don't think, from right now, it doesn't feel like we're hard up for money. We have $80,000, right?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be 30 grand for fireworks?
Or less.
Right?
Yeah, so that's what I
So-
initially put, so I think Halifax was around 14, but I don't know if that's counting like the
Wow.
police and fire details. and
Right.
everything. So it will be a little bit more. and then-
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so.
But maybe we have a little bit of money to pay someone to do some graphic
Mhm.
design.
Just quickly.
I love doing that stuff. I'm not a graphic designer by any means, but if it's something simple like that.
Yeah. I'm an idea person. My admin's the one who creates all of our
Yeah.
flyers.
Nice.
So I'm like, but
Right.
yeah, I'd love to help with it though, just not do the
That's so
actual
nice.
design.
Okay.
Nice. No, she is amazing. She worked for the school system for a while. Lisa Turcott, do you know?
Oh my gosh, I do. Yes.
Yeah, she does my yearbook that's
Mm.
multiple pages with graphics everywhere.
Yeah.
She's unbelievable. Yeah. So that's who I had in mind.
Wasn't she gonna join the committee?
Yes, she was.
Is she
She's
still?
dealing with 2 new grandchildren right now, so
mhm.
she's a little distracted.
Okay.
Okay.
But I would love to have her join the committee. She's got a wealth of knowledge and she's very vested in Kingston, so.
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
Well, you should
Yeah.
ask her if she'd like to be on one of the
I'll
working
ask her
groups too,
again.
if it's a little less work.
Well, I'm recruiting her to work with me.
Oh, so she's already with you on
No,
that?
yeah, but she's not on this committee, but she really would be such an asset if we could get her to come.
Okay.
So I do, even garden club stuff. I
She
mean,
might
I'm
have
not
some-
seeing her
Yeah.
because she's just got a lot going on right now, but after.
She also might have a
January,
couple of contacts with the schools too.
Yes.
Okay.
that
She would be an
great.
asset, so I will ask her again if you don't mind.
Not at all. No.
Yeah. she's-
And
she's
even
amazing.
Kel, we do have plenty of slots right now, so if she would like to join but doesn't have the time to come,
To a
Every
She
meeting.
can do Zoom.
she can still,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I will definitely, in fact, when I get home, I'll email her again but her imminent second grandchild is like today and tomorrow.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
So I mean, she's really a little distracted,
Yep, a little
a
bit.
little distracted, but
Okay.
I know she's willing, she's hardworking, and they
Yeah.
bought a place in Florida, so she might know. But anyway,
Okay.
I'm capitalizing on every minute I can get of her.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah, you do.
All right. So, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn at 6:07.
thank you.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Hi.
Thank you very much, everyone.